Right, what are you doing?
Julie, they'll be getting into formation, ready to start their display.
There they are. 1, 2.
It's also a country whose military has never before been represented in a Duxford show. Quite a very close military link. For the first time at Duxford, we'll shortly see smoke on. And here they are, the 2026 Royal Jordanian Falcons. So, the team starting out in box formation, executing a quarter clover leaf. And we now see them transition out of box formation into T for tango formation. You see the wingmen have moved up and forward into line abreast with the leader for a loop. And dropping back once again and from that into a half Cuban 8 manoeuvre, but pushing out. A lot of negative G being experienced by the four pilots, very uncomfortable for them, but staying in perfect formation for a manoeuvre they call the push and pull. There they are, pulling through. And it's another half Cuban and also exiting inverted into an inverted pass with an inverted turn, showing the top sides of the aeroplanes. As well as the team leader. He joined the Royal Jordanian Air Force in 1992 and graduated from the King Hussein Air College in 1995 as a fighter pilot. He's flown the Northrop F-5 and the Dassault Mirage F-1 in the course of his frontline career. He's got more than 3,400 hours of flight time in his logbooks. Now we see the team splitting into two pairs as they fly away from us. And it's their salute to you as they run in towards each other to complete the Falcon's heart. As we move into the next phase of the Falcon's display for 2026, watch them as they put the smoke on. Running in towards each other to cross Denon Display Centre. And as three of the aircraft exit, it's time to watch the first session of solo aerobatics from the extra EA330 LX. 350 horsepower from the Lycoming engine and an aircraft of very lightweight give this aeroplane startling aerobatic performance. 350. one of the latest models in the family of aircraft created by the German aerobatic pilot and aeronautical engineer Walter Extra. The 5-degree line to cross below the remaining 3 aircraft in the formation. Looping in that Vic formation and then transitioning into a barrel roll. A manoeuvre so named because the aircraft will be... And as the solo entertains us closer to, look away to the right-hand end of the airfield on the 45-degree line as the mirror formation and the left wing man of the team executing barrel rolls around their smoke. The left wing man for this year, Air Force in 1992. He's been a fighter pilot on the Northrop F5 as well. And now a short session of freestyle aerobatic manoeuvres from the solo man for 2026. This is Sharif Hatouk, something of a veteran of the Royal Jordanian Air Force, having joined in 1985. He became a display pilot on the team in 2016. The CASA, now Airbus C295 twin turboprop transport. And he crosses with the 3-ship formation as they pull up in Vic for a cloverleaf manoeuvre rolling to the right. And a downward split. Now some more solo aerobatics while the 3-ship formation gets together. It was at the late His Majesty King Hussein bin Talal's initiative that the Royal Jordanian Falcons were established in 1976, then flying the Pitt Special aerobatic biplane. He wanted to promote Jordan and strengthen international friendship through aviation, and that he did as Abdullah II, and supervised by their honorary president, His Royal Highness Prince Faisal bin Al Hussein. Now, as I say, the team comes from the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, and if you look out in front of you, you can see the 3-ship formation setting up for one of the signature manoeuvres of the display. Head on towards us. It's time for the Hashemite Break. And a crossover, rolling briefly onto the knife edge at display centre as the 3rd aircraft dives in from above. The team is supported by the Aqaba Development Corporation, and they're supported logistically by both Royal Jordanian Airlines and the Royal Jordanian Air Force. It's a team that's grown over the... And it was in 2018 that they converted to the very potent 330 LX model that we now see, which has brought a very dynamic new dimension to their displays. He joined the Royal Jordanian Air Force in 2003. He's another graduate of the King Hussein Air College, flying first the F5 and then the F-16 Fighting Falcon, joining the Falcons aerobatic team in 2013. He's rejoined the team for a second spell since 2024, initially as the team safety pilot and now as the right wingman. El-Shufi, Mohammed Malhas and Amjan Zata. Now back in the box formation in which they started the display and performing a very challenging box formation slow roll. This requiring a very, very deft touch on the controls, tremendous control coordination, and especially when performing it so immaculately with such a close formation as that. Of television, and over the next few displays we're going to be recalling to some degree operations in Southeast Asia. The L4 models, among the so-called grasshoppers that were used to support US Army field artillery units during the Second World War, and behind them is a really welcome visitor from the Commemorative Air Force French wing stationed at Belleville, near Paris, in the form of a J365 cub in the markings of the wartime US Navy.